Hello guys, Andreas Pistol here. Today for a video that honestly I was about to do it for a long time now, but now I cannot really postpone it because there are some things that really piss me off, and this is one of them. So today I want to talk about intermittent fasting, and first of all, how it's not the magic bullet, the magic pill everyone likes to portray it as. And second, of course, the advantages it has, because it has advantages, but it's not the panacea everyone likes to say it. Because I'm seeing it more and more often on Twitter that everyone talks about intermittent fasting as if intermittent fasting was the only answer to all your eating problems. First of all, it's not. Okay? Let's get that straight. It's not. One thing I find curious is that people like to talk about our ancestors, what our ancestors used to eat, and how this diet relates to what they ate, as if our ancestors had very successful lives. First of all, people don't know shit how our ancestors lived, okay? So first, their main goal, their main priority was to conserve energy and to survive. Right? You don't have that problem. I mean, you go to the supermarket, you buy every food you want. You can have everything in your home. You can buy it now, in the next hour, tomorrow. So don't compare, please, yourself to our ancestors, because that's just dumb. Okay? Then they had all the vitamin deficiency you can think of. They were sick many times. They died at a very early age. There are also different kinds of ancestors, so don't say our ancestors, because there were different populations in different parts of the world, so please don't talk about that. Second, there is this thing of saying that we are eating a lot. I mean, we are eating more than we should. And that's the thing that it looks is that either you are intermittent fasting, either you are doing this diet, or you are overeating. There's no midpoint. So either you are just being a responsible guy, you are being disciplined, or you are overeating. And that's not the thing. I mean, guys, please realize this. Intermittent fasting is basically when you eat. When you reduce the window, your eating window, to perhaps 8 hours or longer. There are different schemes, but let's stick to this, for instance, 16 hours of fasting and 8 hours eating. First of all, that doesn't mean you are not going to overeat in your 8 hours eating window. It can, of course, it's more difficult. That's what I'm going to talk about, the advantages of intermittent fasting later. It's more difficult to overeat, but that doesn't mean it can happen. On the other hand, that also doesn't mean you are eating healthy, which for me is the most important thing of this video. If you can get one thing of this video, is not the when, but it's the what that matters, okay? The what. So I don't care if this guy is eating just in his 8 hours of magical window. In the end, if he's eating shit, like processed foods, sugar, trans fat, whatever you want to call it, he'll get... He can even not be fat, but he'll be a skinny fat. All his composition will be bad. So don't portray this intermittent fast. I'll call it IF, whatever. This IF as the solution to your problems, because it's not. Okay. Now the advantages, because there are. First, let's talk about autophagy, which is basically how your body renews old cells and expels, let's say, part of waste of the cells and renews them. And autophagy is a process that is known for many things, especially when you... For instance, about aging, autophagy is a process. It's a crucial process for aging. But again, nobody said, and there are no proofs, no real research on humans that intermittent fasting will actually induce autophagy in humans. It may help, it's true, but there are no specific studies on this matter, okay? But more important than this, for me, there are two advantages of intermittent fasting. Two, and only two right now. And that is, first, it makes you more disciplined. And that's true. I mean, if you are restricting yourself to not eating, and to especially if you have weight problems, that can be very helpful. You are saying, okay, in these 8 hours I will eat, otherwise I will not eat. I will control my instinct to eat or my desire to eat, whatever, so I will control this. And this is very important. Of course, and again, don't commit the mistake of when you are eating that you can eat all the shit because you are just, now you can feast. Yeah, you can eat like a king. No, be aware of what you eat, okay? And second, about weight loss, and this is something I recommend to some guys, if they are struggling with weight problems, of course, it's helpful, intermittent fasting, because in the end, if you have a shorter eating window, then of course you will not overeat. Not of course, but most likely you will not overeat. Come on, how you can like fill yourself with 1,500 calories in just now, and then after 2 hours do the same, and do the same after 2 hours? No, you won't eat it. You'll feel much more satiated, and most likely you will not overeat. So these are for me the two basic advantages. Many guys talk about, for instance, that your cells will renew, you'll deplete your glycogen levels, you can also burn fat more effectively. Again, there are pros and cons of this. Of course, you can burn fat more effectively, but if your glycogen levels are so depleted, then you'll start perhaps burning as well your muscle. So muscle breakdown will happen as well. So let's not keep things there so black and white, because there are many nuances, many things that you need to take into consideration. So these kinds of examples, for instance, that people say that you will focus more, you can be more focused when you are eating, when you are intermittent fasting. I cannot sell this word now, I'll say IF again, whatever. Yeah, right. There's a basic explanation for that, because when you are doing this kind of diet, you are basically activating your adrenal glands, and you are releasing more cortisol. And as you know, cortisol may not be the best thing you want to have in your life. So it's when you don't have food in your body, we have a reaction that your body automatically wants to look for food. That's why you are more focused. Like in a primitive or in an evolutionary point of view, your body is waking you up to look for food. That's why you are more focused. Yes, it can work. If it works for you, good, do that. But don't tell me, please don't tell me, that's the only way you can focus. And then when you eat, when you eat normal, when you follow a traditional diet, you cannot focus. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's basically, you are saying that I'm eating a lot all the time, I'm feeling tired after meals. It all goes to what you eat, okay? Not when you eat, what you eat. That's the most important. Always look for healthy food, healthy vegetables, protein, even carbs. You know, I defend carbs a lot because carbs are very important. I'm not going even to enter this discussion of not eating carbs, not in this video. But please, guys, don't restrict yourself. I'm a guy who knows what I'm talking about. I've been doing sports my whole life. I'm almost 35 years old. I've never had problems of energy, of focusing. Okay, sometimes I have, but it does not depend so much on the food, but in your mindset, in what you have in your life at the current moment. So focus on the what, not on the when. If you want to follow intermittent fasting, do it, but make sure you will stick to it. And that's something you really want. Don't be this guy who's following a diet like completely against his will just because everyone on Twitter is saying that is the best thing to do. No, if it's not the best thing for you, don't do it. Do what you do better. Even if you are overweight, Maybe it's better for you to follow your current diet and to reduce the amount of things you eat. Instead of 5 potatoes, eat 2 potatoes. Instead of 10 cookies, eat 1 cookie. Instead of 1 bar of chocolate, eat just a small square of chocolate. Okay? Focus, do the things you can do, what you like to do, what you do more naturally. Don't follow an intermittent fasting diet if you are not going to stick to it in 6 months or 1 year. Okay? If you are following this, you have to be aware that you will be following it forever, let's say. Okay? So, guys, intermittent fasting works. It has benefits, plenty of benefits. I argue that some benefits you can prove them, but you have some benefits, especially the discipline you put in your head, okay? And also if you want to lose weight, that's very important for people who are overweight. It will be very effective. But please, on the other hand, don't tell a guy like me who has always exercised his entire life that a traditional diet sucks, because it doesn't suck, okay? It can be the best answer for you as well. You just need to assess your life, to check it, and it works. It works, it will give you the focus, it will give you the energy, because let's face it, food is energy. So don't tell me that you will have more energy when you don't eat, okay? It might work for some time, but it will not work in the long run, okay? So don't tell me that. In terms of performance, it has been proved many times that you can eat, you should eat a lot. So there's a difference between eating according to what you want and eating a lot, and overeating. Overeating is bad in any case, whether you are doing intermittent fasting, whatever you want to do. But the traditional diet is still very effective. So in the end, guys, follow what your body tells you, what your lifestyle tells you, and not what Twitter or any social media or any guru tells you. Okay? See you next time.